Jeremiah.
Good morning, Bryson. Hope you're doing well today. I wanted to ask you real quick about, having Tez out there. I know that first game, kind of working his way back in, and then last game had the 132 and the 3 touchdowns. How have you seen the offense look different with him out there?
Yeah, first off, I'll say Tez is a special player, special on the field, special off the field. In terms of the game last week, I think, he can really open everything up for the offense. I think you really saw that down in the red zone. A couple of double teams going towards him. A couple of times where the safety would have been over on my side, goes over to Tez's side. So definitely opens up a lot.
Michael?
Morning, Bryson. Hope you're doing well. From your perspective, have the practices early this week, have they been better, had a higher intensity than the ones last week that Coach Brown got into you guys about?
Yeah, these first 2 days of practice, high intensity, high effort from offense, defense. See the offensive line pushing the line back, getting some penetration. Corners are playing well, receivers playing well. I just think that energy is just real high on the offense first, but, as a team, you can kind of see it too.
Did Mac, he was telling us the story about the poison cheese. Did he hang pieces of cheese from your guys' locker this week?
Yeah. We came in there today and every locker had a fishing hook with some cheese and a sign saying, "Don't bite the cheese." So we know that we got to stay focused for this week and, really bring it. So
great. Thanks, Bryson.
Luciano?
Hey, Bryson. Thanks for your time. Hope you're doing well. You're probably one of the most complete tight end rooms in the country, but how do you feel like you can still improve both personally and as a group?
Yeah, personally and as a group, we have so much room to grow. I feel like as a group, we can all get to where, we could be a 4-down tight end, run power, split out, go run a vertical or a seam. So I think kind of on both sides, we have a lot to grow. I think personally, I think my 3-point, like on the ball blocking needs to improve a lot. I think just continuing to improve with my route running, with my body control, with my pad level. I think everything will come.
Awesome. Thanks.
Adam?
Bryson, how's it going, man?
Yeah,
well, I wasn't going to ask you about. I was going to ask you something else, but the cheese thing. How can I not follow up on that? What was everyone's reaction when they saw that? Was this? Just paint the picture for us. Give us the scene of happening upon all this cheese.
Yeah, walking in, it was definitely funny at first. Guys kind of joking about it, but kind of the more we kind of thought about it and talked about it, it does have a real meaning. It does have the meaning that Coach said during our meetings, during our team meeting the day before. So I think that it's just, even though it's funny, I think it's still a reminder for everyone to stay locked in and that we still have a goal at the end of the year.
Did anybody rip it down or did anybody make, use it as a prop for anything? I don't know.
No, we're gonna keep those there for the whole week to keep it as a reminder, and we'll make sure that we do that.
Okay, I'll come back to you on the one I was going to ask. Thank you, man.
Andrew?
Bryson, I have to ask you, what kind of cheese was it?
I believe it was cheddar. Yep, the big
cheddar.
Big block. Yep.
Are you familiar with Mac's Texas A&M Bill Parcells cheese story? He told us Monday during the press conference.
Yeah, my first time hearing it was the team meeting a couple of days ago, but that was my first time hearing about it as well. Good story.
So this is cheese week for you guys.
Yep.
Do you think that's necessary, given the fact that human nature is always finds itself in sports when you're playing a team that's struggling like UVA, even though there's a bit of a rivalry there? Is it maybe necessary that he does something like that to sort of get your guys' attention and get you all on the same page this week?
Yeah, I think it's it's normal for human nature to kind of want to take a week off and kind of take it easy. But I think Coach has done a real good job of if anything, heightening our intensity and heightening our focus, to really bring it this week.
And the last thing on that also, he's making a point, but is having a little levity also needed, a little bit of humor maybe to sort of change things up? Is that also needed maybe at this stage in the season?
Yeah. Almost halfway through the season, have about 32 days, I think, but sorry. I think it's still just important to to follow through and take this week strong.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Adam.
Bryson, I was wondering how you might assess or compare just last year. Obviously, you guys were a high-flying offense last year, high-powered. But I think there was some thought, I guess, from the coaches that as the year got on, maybe that you all became a little too dependent on Josh Downs, which obviously fantastic player. I don't know if did you agree with that? And I guess my question is, do you think that the group you have now, it seems like there's so many different options in the passing game. Do you think you guys maybe can avoid that to where opposing defenses try to target one guy and sort of lock him down? Do you think you're sort of better equipped to handle maybe extra defensive attention in the passing game?
Yeah, I think a little bit of that last year was Josh was just such a special player. He's going to be open a lot. And, when he's open, you just kind of got to give it to him. I feel like this year, with all of our returning pieces, the addition of Tez, the addition of Nate, I feel like really opened things up. And then, the focus of running the ball downhill this year, really forces the safety to come down a little. Then we can hit Tez over the top, or we can hit a seam over the top. So yeah.
And how do you feel like with Kobe hurt now, like, how do you feel like the tight ends will the tight ends, do you think, be used any differently? I know you guys were on the field a lot. You guys are always on the field a lot, but it seemed like you might have been used a little differently against Miami. Do you think that's how you guys have to sort of navigate not having Kobe?
Yeah, I mean, things are always changing, and we have guys that we could put in any position. I really just feel that, as a tight end room, as long as we know every position, we'll work to make sure that there isn't any lapse from talent or production from that position.
Thanks, man.
Jeremiah.
Bryson, I know this year you all have talked a lot about the one-game season, kind of trying to be 1-0 each week, things like that, staying focused on that. But do you all ever kind of look around the ACC, kind of seeing, how teams are doing and some of the results of some of these games? Duke doesn't have a conference loss, and you guys play them later. I know you don't play Florida State in the regular season, but how much do you keep up with all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us grew up college football fans, so we're gonna stay in tune with it anyway. I think as a player, though, I think this year has been a lot different for a lot of us as as you said, a 1 week season, just taking it 1 week at a time, one game at a time, one practice at a time. And I think if we keep continuing to do that, we're gonna continue to have a good season.
Adam.
Bryson, in terms of the NFL, like, do you know any guys that have played there? No, I'm joking. Like, what do you feel like you need to improve on, or what are some of the areas you feel like you need to elevate your game to be able to play at that level? Because, I mean, you're a guy who's obviously considered a pretty good NFL prospect. Like, where do you think you need to take your game from where you're at now to be able to play at that level?
Yeah, I mean, I would say strength, upper body strength, and just blocking technique. Not having played this game for very long, kind of came a little bit slower for me, but I feel like with the hard work I've been putting in, been improving, really just kind of keep improving that. I can be a 3-4 down tight end in the league and not have to come out for a run play or something like that.
So do you think you would project as a tight end instead of maybe like a jumbo wideout type guy?
Yeah, for sure. Tight end, flex tight end. I'm still a willing blocker. Coming there on a swipe or a counter, something like that. So yeah, I would say tight end.
Cool, man.
Andrew.
Bryson, we've heard a lot from Chip Lindsey and Mac about how areas that Drake has improved this year. It's maybe some areas that a lot of the average fan may not see or recognize. From your perspective, what are some of the things that he's doing better now than he did a year ago?
I would say his timing on his decision making. You can see a couple times last year, maybe he'd hold on to the ball for a second and rely on his athleticism to get him out the pocket. I feel like now, you know, with him really knowing the offense, him and Coach Lindsey working well together, I mean, he knows where he's going to throw it and he gets it out right away, and it's right where you need it to be. And you know, if things kind of fall apart, you know, he still has that athleticism to, you know, get out and run. So I think I would say that's the best thing he improved on.
With respect to game management, does he seem like he's just more in control? And if he does have to call something out in pre-snap, that he does a better job at recognizing those things now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would say there's been a couple times where, you know, defense just gives us a crazy look, and you know, we just know our play isn't going to work, and he'll check us out of it, switch it to something else, and you know, probably be a positive play. So definitely have to trust in him to, you know, kind of control the offense.
Cool, thanks.
All righty. Anything else for Bryson? Perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.